Article 116, Ministers. Any debate? The Honourable Minister of Justice.
Mr. Chairman, I beg to move that Article 116 be amended with the words as circulated.
The question is that Article 116 be amended with the words as circulated. The Honourable Minister, any further debate?
Mr. Chairman, I would like to thank the honourable members for their unanimous support. Thank you.
Minister, any further debate? Explain.
Indeed, yes, indeed. Mr. Chairman, the amendment seeks to appoint a cabinet from within members of the National Assembly. The rationale is that appointment of a cabinet from outside would compromise the principle of accountability to the House. The proposal to have parliamentary secretaries answering on behalf of the executive has serious shortcomings, in the sense that parliamentary secretaries do not sit in cabinet. Therefore, follow-up questions in instances of the House exercising its critical function would be compromised, because parliamentary secretaries would not be able to interrogate or respond to follow-up questions from members of Parliament. Furthermore, Mr. Chairman, experience from elsewhere on the continent, where this principle of appointment of cabinet from outside shows that there are serious challenges. We must learn or draw lessons from the experiences of others so as to avoid falling into the same pitfalls. I thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Hamududu.
Yes, I had to wake up for this one. I was literally sleeping for this one. Mr. Chairman, this is really a very substantial element. And I want to say that the people, just at the dawn of the reintroduction of multipartism, this debate started here. When MMD came into office, vibrant. I remember my seat held by a vibrant member, Baudouin Kumbula, and the others. They were dissatisfied with the democracy in this house. And one of the issues when they were leaving, they mentioned, was this one: the lack of separation of powers. Here, for example, when you become a minister, basically you cease being an MP. That's right. That's why, if a minister stands up to speak here for the constituent to complain, say, sit down, you are the government. So basically, these ministers, these constituents, then they have no MPs to speak for them, because they're not allowed to speak on the floor of this house. Yeah. This system is not working for us, and also it's the reason why our institutions are weak. We are talking about civil servants, and our system is diamakar, our system is weak. This parliament here, half of it is executive. I want to tell you, whichever party goes there, whether it's our party goes there, what will happen that the executive and the backbenchers, those are would be ministers. Basically, everyone here, they're not MPs. It was there. I have served under I have seen 4 presidents here. Here. Manawasa, may he so rest in peace. Pupia Banda, Michael Sata, may he so rest in peace. And no, don't say that. He's alive. Respect him. And of course, And the other one, I didn't see him. I was out of here. Okay? Look. This is a fundamental issue, and you see there is a self-interest by politicians. You want to eat with both hands. The problem here are the politicians who don't want separation of powers. If you think you are ministerial material, don't stand for a parliamentary seat. Go and campaign with your president, and then you come here as a minister. See, the president also wants to tap into the bigger talent. This is a limitation here, my friend, under 150 people. There are other people who can be better ministers than us. So the president must be given the leeway to look at a bigger country and get talented people to drive this country forward. And then we here as parliamentarians can unite in providing checks and balances. Right now, I can tell you, the ministers outnumber us here. So is this a parliament?
No.
It is not. It's the executive. You have invaded and taken over. This is a very serious matter. If we don't separate the powers, I'm telling you here, the executive and the judiciary will never strengthen the institutions. No controlling officers are not. It's the problem starts at the top. The fish rots from the top, from the head.
That's right.
Our system is rotten from the head, and we are part of the rotten system. Yes. Here we must separate. I'm telling you, PF. Don't betray people here. We are here temporarily. You come here and go. You come here and go. Let me tell you, we are temporal. All of us here. You will come and go. You will be a former. Leave a legacy. Please. This issue, and also, it's very interesting, very nice in this proposal here. That when the ministers are appointed, and they will go under scrutiny. There's a lot of misplacement here. An engineer, Minister of Social Development. You understand? The ministers will be exposed. When you are nominated, we will come here for ratification, and we put you bare. Your CV must be seen. We are also helping the president. You know? We are helping the president because the executive and the parliament, they complement. Here's the complementation. When the president says we want to appoint X as a minister, you come here and you sit in a committee room to dig, bring your CV and everything. It's very important. Then the president will not just pick anybody. I'm not saying that you are not qualified. At least you go under scrutiny and you'll be in the right places. How do you want your civil service, your councils to be efficient when yourself are not efficient? The problem in this country here is at the very top. Strengthen institutions at the very top. Separate these powers. The doctrine of separation of powers must be respected. And the strengthening of institutions will cascade downwards up to the councils. But because of self-interest, you want to fly a flag. Honestly, how can you in your life? I want to tell you myself, and I want to tell you my colleagues and everybody. My calling in politics is service, not to fly a flag.
That's right.
Even if we come into power, you don't give me ministry, it's not an issue. I'll not be bothered. Yeah. The welfare of our people matters for me. I can do better things. I can drive even a car of a minister without being an MP. You took me to school. To fly a flag, to fly a flag. You want people to suffer because of a flag. I'm a minister. This Africa, me, I'm disappointed. What kind of people are we in Africa here in Zambia? Very selfish, self-interest, and the politicians have destroyed Africa. Politicians. And every time we want, even I want to tell you that in that committee where we sat, this thing was upheld. At the NCC it was upheld. In that committee, that report you are reading, my colleague, it was upheld.
Support it.
So stand up and support it. Yeah. But for me, really, I know you are going to use your arrogance of numbers. It's a tragedy. I've seen arrogance of numbers here destroying this country. In the 9 years I've been here, I feel like leaving Parliament. Let me just go and look after my animals. And I will make more. I can even pay 5 MPs. It's not good what we are doing. This issue negates. I'm telling you, if there is an element that is important, this is more important than running mate. This is more important than even 50+1. This one, separation of powers. Then the president, let me tell you right now, these presidents you see, it's not because they are bad people inherently. The system will make them bad. Anyone who becomes a president under this constitution is potentially a bad person. Because the parliament is so important. He has all the powers. How can you oppose it? How can you check on someone who appointed half of parliament? The president is here. His ghost is here. He is here. You can't vote. You can't check him. There are excesses. And you know what? It is not correct. Sir, if there is something you must withdraw, is this one. If this is the most important element in this whole constitutional reform, this one, ministers versus parliament, so that the parliament can really become a parliament, a true parliament, providing checks and balances. Now, if you want to come here, then do away with this parliament. Why are you wasting money to pay us? Just come here and rule. Come inside here and run this whatever arrangement. Nothing. I'm telling you, I'm an eyewitness here in these 9 years, and it's the same. When our comrades were here, this side, and you are literally behaving more or less the same by rejecting this element. We were there at NCC. People said they want this. We went to this whatever assembly. People want this. And not only that, even from the theory of separation of powers, you know it. You know. All of you. You are even more knowledgeable than some of us. You know. But because we want to fire a flag, and also you're not sure whether your president is winning. And some of you, what you are saying is that, in case, let me run for parliament. In case my president does not win, I will be in parliament. That is selfishness. So you can only earn your bread and butter in the parliament. That's when you can appear in a newspaper.
Meaning what?
So I'm surprised. I'm surprised to the bone. Gentlemen, this country could have been a better country. Ladies and gentlemen, this country could have been a better country, Mr. Chairman. This country from the very foundation was destroyed. And it keeps on being destroyed by the leadership. Populism, self-interest. How can this country could have been shining? The second most at independence, this country in terms of human development was the second richest in Africa after Tunisia in human development. South Africa out. Today you have taken it to the bottom because of bad governance. Systems are not working. So I really speak to you, colleagues, that if you go ahead and not uphold the people's aspirations as old as 1991, this is a betrayal of the highest order. And I'll be very disappointed. And I speak with a lot of respect. For all of us, we are human beings. So you have an opportunity, and I want to hear the minister standing up here and saying they are continuing. I'll be very disappointed with you, sir. I'll be very disappointed with you, my colleagues in government. If you uphold this withdraw, this amendment, then the whole multi-party thing we are fighting for as a student is always a fallacy. It has been taken over by politicians. Our struggle has been taken over. When MMD sat there, we first fought. Garden House came after us. Professor Ngongo, you know very well. You were all afraid to face Kaunda. We went and faced the policemen. We didn't join politics now. We are old, some of us, we are tested politicians. Don't think that when we are quiet, we don't know politics. In grassroots, intellectual, we know everything. We fought. And then afterwards, when Kaunda was shaken, then that's when we met at Garden House. And you begin, and you continue, you are the same. You continue to stop the progress of democracy by not having separation of powers, and therefore making the presidency so strong. A president now is so strong he cannot be checked. He can do things. The minister, you can say this today. The minister tomorrow reverses, and he cannot be brought to book. A president cannot be impeached. If he's not impeached, Thabo Mbeki was even more a better president. Was withdrawn. Here in this country, a non-performer can be there up to the end. And then you are saying civil servants are not performing. What moral right do you have? This parliament must be strong enough. If I'm a president, don't perform. Out! If a president is abusing human rights, out! A president must, once you become president, you lose your rights. But now you have created a monster of the presidency. No wonder the presidency is so attractive. Everyone wants to be a president because of the trappings. Yes. These are the trappings. Everyone wants the president because of the trappings. That's the attraction. Everyone with a Kantemba party, I want to be president. Because it's so simple. If this constitution became tighter, people would think twice before became president. But now anyone can be there and this thing covers you. So please, I beg you, on behalf of Zambian people, that please think again. Think again. Like salvation. Please, you have an opportunity. Yes, a second chance. We serve a God of a second chance, of a third chance, and of a but finally to terminate. So please, the future of the Zambian people lies in the decision that you make today. They want an efficient government that will translate potential into actual better living, which has been eluding them for such a long time. We are not a kingdom. We are not a kingdom where you have these people and you do the way you want. Yeah, we are not a kingdom. Yes. So, Mr. That with that appeal, that I have slept here and I have been sleeping here just for this article, we'll see what you say. I thank you, sir.